Good evening, folks, and welcome back to Cowboys Nation Live, where we dive deep into the heart of America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. I'm your host, bringing you the latest from the gridiron with that signature Lone Star passion. Now, picture this, a shutdown cornerback who's been lighting up the league, suddenly looking like he's lost his mojo. Is it a slump? Age catching up? Nah, not even close. Shake-up might just be holding him back from greatness. Buckle up, because this isn't just about one player, it's about the future of this storied franchise. What if I told you the key to unlocking Dallas defense is staring them right in the face? Let's start with the headlines from inside the Star's latest deep dive, updated just this morning on December 12, 2025. Analyst Cody Warren pulls no punches. Ball. No way. He's a pressman specialist, built to jam receivers at the line, disrupt timing, and dictate plays like a boss. But under Eberflus' scheme, it's like forcing a Ferrari, and heck, even casual viewers can see it. Everyone except the guy calling the shots, who's raking in millions to coach this unit. Now, let's break it down with some hard numbers, because stats don't lie, and they've got Eberflus' fingerprints all over this mess. According to Sharp Football, Dallas is lining up in zone coverage a whopping 76.8% of their defensive snaps this season. That's soft, bend but don't break stuff, dropping back, reading routes, and protecting space. Man coverage, just 15.9%. And get this, over half of those designs are quarters coverage, which is basically a hybrid zone. Early in the year, it was even worse, 87.2% zone, the highest in the NFL, per CBS Sports, with man at a pitiful 7.9%. Why does this matter? Drafted Siobhan Revel Jr. in the offseason, a pure press corner out of East Carolina, to bolster that style. But instead, we're seeing guys like Kenneth Murray and Logan Wilson, solid linebackers, sure, struggling in space because the scheme's forcing them to cover too much ground. It's a recipe for disaster, and bland stats are suffering as a result. But hold on, there's a glimmer of hope in this tale, and it came back in week 6 to a measly 27.6 passer rating when throwing his way. That's elite shutdown stuff. He was pressing at the line, throwing off receivers' timing, and flying to the ball. No more sitting back in zone, handing off routes like a relay race. It was aggressive, physical football, the kind that reminds you why Dallas earned the America's Team moniker back in the 70s, thanks to legends like Roger Staubach and those 5 Super Bowl rings. And it wasn't just Bland who benefited. The whole defense transformed. With receivers locked down, quarterbacks held the ball longer, giving the pass rush time to feast. Dallas racked up 26 pressures that game, 4 sacks, 3 hits, and 19 hurries, without relying on blitzes. Micah Parsons, that freakish edge rusher who's already drawing comparisons to what they did in the glory days of the 90s doomsday defense, when Emmitt Smith was pounding the rock on offense and the D was stonewalling opponents. Let's put this in historical context, shall we? The Cowboys have always been about flash and firepower. Think Tom Landry's innovations, Jimmy Johnson's swagger, or those epic rivalries with the Eagles and Giants. Remember the Ice Bowl in '67 or the Hail Mary to Drew Brees? This zone-heavy approach is killing them. Opposing QBs are completing 68% against the Cowboys this year, up from 62% last season when they mixed in more man. Bland's PFF return for touchdowns, a NFL record. The guy's got all-pro potential, like Trayvon Diggs before him, but he's being wasted. And don't get me started on injuries. Bland's been nursing a minor foot issue, but that's no excuse for scheme mismatches. I reached out to a fictional expert for some insight, let's say former Cowboys great Darren Woodson, the Hall of Fame safety. In my imagined chat, Woodson says, "Look, Darren's got that dog in him, that instinct to attack. You can't chain him up in zone and expect magic. Eberflus needs to adapt, like Landry did with the flex defense. Otherwise, you're wasting talent." Spot on, Darren. Or picture a post-game quote from Bland himself, "Man, that Washington game felt right. Pressing up, feeling the receiver's every move and coverage." Even pop culture's chiming in. Remember that viral meme comparing Bland's zone struggles to Superman in Kryptonite? Hilarious, but hits too close to home. So, what does this mean for the rest of 2025? If Eberflus doesn't pivot, Bland's season, and the Cowboys' playoff hopes, could spiral. Dallas is hovering around .500, needing wins against to CD Lamb. Imagine Lamb torching secondaries while the D shuts down the other side. That's Super Bowl contender stuff. Predictions. I see them finishing 10-7 if they adjust, maybe soar like they did in the Troy Aikman era. Wrapping this up, Cowboys fans, this is your team, built on stars, drama, and that unbreakable spirit from AT&T Stadium, the Palace of Football. Don't sleep on Darren Bland. He's not the problem, he's the solution waiting to happen. Tune in next week for our preview of the Eagles clash. Will Eberflus finally unleash the Hounds? Hit that subscribe button, join the conversation in the comments, and as always, go Cowboys! This is Cowboys Nation Live, signing off.